It's Freestyle Friday!
Coming in hot with quick shots of inspiration on a variety of topics.
All right, this is for all my network marketing professionals out there. 2022 is right around the corner. Do you have a plan for growing your business? I mean, seriously, do you have a plan, a strategy to grow your business? Sandy and I created the 90-Day Habits brand, a 90-Day Habits journal, a 90-Day Habits planner around what we do, what we focus on every 90 days in our network marketing business, because what you track grows. Now, this planner and this journal, it's meant to be a tool for you, a resource to you, an accountability buddy for you to track and measure what you do daily, weekly, monthly, and in a 90-day business cycle. Now, the best way to utilize it is for you to use these tools yourself, but is to grab an accountability partner and do it together and send what you do each day to each other. Even better than that, get your whole team on board. You get your whole team on board doing a 90-day cycle together with the 90-Day Habits journal and planner. Watch your business grow. Watch your focus grow. Watch your confidence grow. Watch your momentum grow. Watch your impact grow. It's time for you to level up. Start 2022 with the 90-Day Habits planner and journal linked in the show notes. Grab the bundle and use Getting Magnetic 15 for 15% off. Now let's get to the show. Happy Friday. We got a couple guests in the studio today, or I guess one guest. Sandy and I are here.
And Baby Cam.
Baby Cam woke up from her nap and was like, guys, I want to play with you. I want to record in the Getting Magnetic studio. So if you hear any little or ooh or coos or anything, not that she does that, but that's her. We had another quote that we loved and we were like, oh my gosh, that's so good. It's the theme this week is quotes, and just going in on quotes and reflecting on how can I implement this in my life? Where is this impacting my life, and where can I shift? So this quote we heard on a training the other day, and you may have heard it, but procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another chance to do tomorrow what he gave you the chance to do today. I'm going to say it again. Procrastination is the arrogant assumption that God owes you another chance to do tomorrow what he gave you the chance to do today. That hit me when I heard that. And I was like, wow, because how many of us, I mean, myself included, just put things off. And you're like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow. And you realize, like, Sandy's taught me this in our marriage, but like when you want something done, like just do it right away. Like I was just going downstairs and there was this big pile of laundry and I was like, oh, I better grab that. Whereas normally I might have just passed it, or when I'm walking up the stairs and do stuff. These are small examples, but it's just like in the moment when you have that, I should do this, do it then and there, do it right now. And those are little things, but really it comes down to we aren't promised tomorrow. We just got to act today.
Procrastination is, I think something like show me one person that doesn't do it. Like, right?
Yeah,
it's
right.
not something,
everyone does it.
Like we all do it, even though we strive not to. I don't know. Using the word impossible doesn't feel empowering, but I almost feel like it's impossible to never procrastinate anything ever, because like you could be on your way to doing something and an unexpected surprise comes up, and so that takes priority, and you don't get to the thing you originally were planning on doing at that moment in time or whatever. But yeah, it does make you reflect and think. Like hearing that quote, it does feel like I have a responsibility to like see out tasks that are, put on my heart or that are given to me. Like if someone asks you to do something for them and you say you're going to get it done and you give them like a time frame or a date, and then you ask for an extension or you just kind of like keep putting it off, like that is like the arrogant assumption that you're going to be given more time to do it. Like it's like, just get it done. For me, I realized that procrastination a lot of times is coming from a space of perfectionism. Like, oh, I am not going to do that right now because I need to have this done so that I could do it better. When really it's like done is better than perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get it done. You could always patch it up and make it better later, but at least like getting it done and executing on your deadlines and feeling like okay, I've accomplished something. Maybe I could have done a little better. Maybe I learned something, learned lessons along the way of, executing on that project or whatever it might be. But yeah, procrastination is like this ugly thing that kind of hangs over all of us. And what can we do to be aware of where we're procrastinating? I think a lot of times for me, it shows up like energy leaks, right? So, like, for example, like an energy leak. We've done an episode on this before. It was a good one. I forget which one it was, but think through something that you have been absolutely repeatedly putting off because you don't want to get it done. Like I remember when we did the energy leak episode for Wade, it was getting his California driver's license updated at the DNV. It had been like 3.5 or 4 years of us living here and he hadn't done it. And so that was an energy leak. He was procrastinating. What, and I do this all the time too, right? What are you just not doing that if you set a timer for like an hour or you blocked off time on your calendar and you're like, nothing is going to stop me from getting this done at this time, like what could you knock out?
I love it because you're so right. Everyone in the world procrastinates. The most high achieving people in the world still procrastinate. So I think it's a few things. It's thinking about the biggest things in your life that you are moving towards or want to work towards or move towards. And what are the most impactful things and activities you could be doing daily? What are the small steps you can be taking daily? And knowing what those are and not procrastinating them. Procrastinating the dishes and certain things, like we all understand, like that is gonna happen. But what I've realized too is when you're a person where you just like take action in the moment, you're like, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna finish it. It builds momentum, right? Like small tasks done one after the other builds momentum. How good did you feel this morning when you're like, I'm going to organize this, and that, and you're like, boom, and I saw you and you're going left and right. Like it feels good to stack those small wins, right?
That's why we always say, like with the whole miracle morning, like starting your day with making your bed. Like now that we're parents, our bed is not made by 6 a.m. all the time like it used to be. But if it's made at 1 p.m., that's fine. We still made the bed. Like we don't ever go a day without making the bed. And that feels good because it's like, if all else fails, I made my bed today. It's stacking that win. So identifying like what are those, and even just our episode from a couple episodes ago about achievable goals. It's that same thing of like, what are those small achievable goals that you can feel good about by not procrastinating?
Yeah, there's the small things. And then there's the big things too, or that can be big. It's like coming back to that arrogant assumption that I'll have the opportunity to do this tomorrow. We all know we aren't promised tomorrow. We're likely going to see tomorrow, but we aren't promised it. Like it's procrastinating, calling your mom or your grandma or someone that you love, or telling someone that you love them, or going on a trip to see and visit someone, or starting the business, or following that tug on your heart to start a business or travel the world. Like procrastinating, being like, oh, I have time to do it. I have time, I'll do that later, is the most arrogant assumption in the world. Like it's not. It was put on your heart for a reason. I think what we can all gain from this quote and just, I guess this episode is to act, is just to act on it. And it's still, you can still be strategic. Like if you're like, I should do the dishes, but it's like the 10th priority thing on my list today. Like, yeah, you don't have to do it in that moment, but just be a person of action, because when you do that, it's going to start to become a habit. And how you do anything is how you do everything. And when you start to act on things, you're going to act on ideas. You're going to act on telling that person you love them. You're going to act on calling the person. You're going to act on starting the business. You're going to act on all these things. So let's drop the assumption that we're promised tomorrow. And you know what the other things that's helped me with procrastination is accountability. When I think if I'm just accountable to myself, I could go to sleep like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I know I will. And we're terrible at keeping our own commitments to ourselves. But if I told someone else, hey, I'm going to do this, gosh, how much does it suck to go to sleep when you told someone you would do something and then you didn't deliver, you didn't execute? So accountability helps me a lot with procrastination in business and different things. But I think that's it. You got any other thoughts?
Yeah, when you just said that, what came up for me is yesterday I started the beginning of my, how do I word this? I'm beginning a journey of my postpartum, like really prioritizing my health. And I don't want to say getting my body back, because my friend Erica Howe reminded me my body never left, which I love, but just feeling good again and mental clarity and having good energy and being really mindful of what I'm putting in my body and snacking less and not eating like late at night and, all those things. So yesterday I took before photos and measurements and weight, and it would be so easy to be like, oh, I'll start next week, or I'll start on this day or this date. Like, no, I'm 8 weeks postpartum. I have been feeling so not myself, and I'm ready to start feeling good. And the only way that's going to happen is if I stop procrastinating and I start. With anything in life, there's never a good time, right? There's never a good time to have kids. There's never a good time to start that business. There's never a good time to buy that house, to change jobs, to this, that. Like, there's always going to be like, well, I wanted this to be in this space before I started that. No, done is better than perfect. Rip off the Band-Aid. Start today. What is that thing that's like on your heart that you're like, I know I need to do that. Do it. Start today. Start messy. Start imperfect. Just start it. One of my favorite quotes, I forget where I first heard this, but it's something you'll hear us say all the time. The magic lies in the work that you're avoiding. So think about something that you want to achieve, something that you want to accomplish, something that you crave, something that is a goal of yours that you haven't achieved yet in any area of your life. Why hasn't it been done yet? I bet you it's because of the work that you're avoiding around it. What are 3 things that you could do to move the needle forward so that that goal becomes achievable? Because the truth is, it's probably not happening because you're avoiding something. What's the thing that you're avoiding that makes you feel uncomfortable, that makes you have to stay up later, that makes you have to be accountable to someone? Like, that is the magic, and that is the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So yeah, let's stop procrastinating.
I love it. The magic lies in the work you're avoiding. I think that's a perfect ending. That's a wrap. And we'll see you next week on Getting Magnetic. And if you love this episode, if someone you know needed to hear it, would you share it with them? Would you share it on social media? That's what keeps this podcast going, and it makes it go round and round, and we're excited. And thank you to you, Mama, for being here and feeding Cam and hopping on and doing podcast work. You're doing a great job.
I love you.
I love you too. All right. Bye, guys. Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.